the best way to find your favorite Parfums de Marly fragrance. Awesome for tuning in, guys. Today I'm going to look at a Parfums de Marly sample set that has a bunch of fragrances, of their popular fragrances included. That's what I've got for you today. And as you may know, there are, I think, only 3 Parfums de Marly stores currently. One in Paris, one in Dubai in the mall, and one in New York. And yeah, obviously, if you happen to be in one of those places, I definitely encourage you to pop in there and look at their beautiful store design. I'm going to show you the presentation in part 2. In part 3, I'm going to go to the different fragrances, the notes, and then in part 4, my conclusion. Was it worth to buy that sample set? After all, it's not that cheap. So, but you would expect that from the fragrance house. Which fragrance am I ultimately going to buy from this sample set? Which have I settled on? Awesome, you're tuned in. Let's get rolling, guys. Very nice. And now the all-famed Parfums de Marly. Let's have a closer look at the sample set. I got the sample set and additional sample of Kalan with my order. And I think this is a wonderful idea to try the fragrance house for the first time and narrow it down what your personal preference is. I tested through all these 5 fragrances and then correspondingly looked which I liked the most. And from my testing, the new Kalan was also a strong contender for the first place. I don't want to jump ahead. Let's just go to part number 3, quickly look at the fragrances, and yeah. So wonderful, guys. Then let's have a closer look at the Parfums de Marly house. I'm very excited to bring you a closer look at these individual fragrances. And actually, I sprayed Galloway on this testing strip because I reworn it and I did like it a lot. But number 1 and number 2 spots for me is Kalan. Let's just start with Kalan, and then I'm going to tell you how I'm going to rank this. So this has blood orange, black pepper, lavender, orange blossom, absolute, moss, and precious woods. This is a very bold statement-making fragrance. And I think, this is the first time I wore this, I think last year, and we went out to like this Iranian food store and had some really delicious food. And this is a very nice fragrance. What I would like to say about Kalan is that for my testing, people have different opinions about it. Some people love it very much, others they may not like it as much. So that's where the creativity comes in. Second, I ranked Layton here in that box. And Layton seems to be the really universal bestseller. And while the Kalan, I would say, is like a warm spicy, Layton is I think warm Oriental. And you see in the side card apple, bergamot, jasmine, violet, vanilla, sandalwood, and Guaiac Wood. And yeah. I mean, I like to vary between Layton and Kalan, depending on my mood, but I would say I put both Kalan and Layton. That would be my opinion. At place number 1, I wouldn't put one before the other. Those are the 2 favorite fragrances from the Parfums de Marly house. Layton because it's like fresh, masculine, and woody, and Kalan because it's just so different to Layton, and because I had a great time wearing it last year as well. So let's jump ahead. I have a lot of fragrances on deck. Percival, that I put as number 3. Percival is a really interesting one. For me, Percival, if we look at the side card, is a fresh aromatic with bergamot, mandarin, lavender, geranium, balsam fir, and woody spices. I think Percival is the safest of all to wear, yet I put it at place number 3 because, as others have said before me, Percival is not as unique. It has but I find Percival interesting because it has this mainstream kind of touch. It's you will kind of know when you smell it. It's not completely reinvented the wheel, but it has like this niche quality to it. So I think they have made a fusion of like something that's very mass market appealing, but also has these components from the niche house. and you put it together. And that's why I would say Percival is number 3 for me. That would be a fragrance, in my opinion. Let's say you want to wear a fragrance to the office. Percival, I think, would not offend anybody. And it's fresh, it's masculine, it's very nicely made, but yet it has this more the general appealability. Can I say that? Appealability. It should appeal to most, I mean, to every man, in my opinion. And as soon as you go to these ones that I put as favorite, like Kalan and Layton, yes, Layton is also very universally appealing, but would I wear Layton to the office? Probably not. Would I wear Kalan to the office? Probably not. Maybe if you're a creative professional or you sell a fancy sports car, you work at the Porsche dealership, something like this, maybe. So while on the one hand you have like these very creative fragrances, Percival, Percival could be a nice gift idea. You know, if you're not sure, if you maybe look for a nice gift idea, maybe a woman for her husband or a fiance or loved one, then that could be interesting to give Percival, because Percival, you can always wear Percival in my opinion. Kalan, you may want to pay more attention whether it's situation appropriate. So number 4, I put Harrod. And you might think, oh, why did he put Harrod at number 4? A lot of people love Harrod. And yeah, I like Harrod too, but Harrod is a little bit different. I think Harrod is not as loud. I felt like as if it sits a little bit more to the skin. It's more warm, a little bit with more hugging to my nose. And I think Harrod could be a great fragrance for fall or winter time. Harrod could be maybe a great fragrance if you want to go on a date. It puts you a little bit more in a cozy mood. And as you see here in the side card, cinnamon, pepper, tobacco leaf, incense, vanilla, and musk. Harrod is definitely also a very wonderful fragrance. Now going on to number 5, which I sprayed on the test strip, Galloway. Galloway is interesting because that was a fragrance. At first I kind of like dismissed it, I brushed it off. I was like, is that really something I enjoy? And I was like, no. But guys, I think I was wrong. I did wear it again, and I applied a little bit more. Galloway, I think, is not as strong as some of the other fragrances, but it creates this effect, and I'm just like, I was wearing it and I was smelling it, and the feeling that it gave me while wearing it was very unique. So suddenly I was like, whoa, that's better than I previously thought. And the notes are citrus, pepper, iris, orange blossom, musk, and amber. So it's like fresh aromatic, but it is soft. You know, sometimes the iris can create that powdery effect, but it's not very powdery, but it's soft. It's aromatic, but it has like this, it's a very interesting citrusy note, you know? And it lasts, you know? I have this other fragrance, the Dior Homme Cologne. That might be in a similar kind of genre, but the Dior Homme Cologne, it disappears after a while. I think the Galloway is just stronger. And it's something about the vibe it gives off while you're wearing it. So if you're looking for citrusy scent that's not too citrusy, with some iris, but not too much iris, this is very well blended. I am really going to check this out some more. I think I haven't given it the attention that it deserved. And actually, interestingly, I read on the fragrance websites and in the comments, and a lot of people seem to have the same kind of effect. So lastly, Pegasus. We have cypress, violet leaf, bitter almond, amber, vanilla, sandalwood. Pegasus I did not like as much, so that's just sometimes the case. I mean, jumping to the conclusion right now, I think, and that's also what I heard, I think one of the Parfums de Marly managers talk about, they have created variety in their fragrance portfolio. They have created variety in their fragrance house. So if you're a customer and you go into one of their 3 boutiques, so that would be Dubai Mall or Paris or New York, then you can smell different fragrances and you're gonna find 1, 2, maybe 3 fragrances that you really, really like, enjoy, and maybe even love. But to do that, you know, people have different, some people, and that's really what I noticed. Some people, they really gravitate towards Harrod. A lot of people gravitate towards Layton. That seems to be the bestseller. But then maybe there's the guy who just wants an office safe fragrance, and that person might gravitate towards Percival. Someone likes the irisy, slightly citrusy vibe, something very creative, unique. They maybe gravitate towards Galloway. And then it's like really, my conclusion is, well, this is really up to your personal taste to find pick these particular ones that you love the most, and then also fit in your collection, and that fit into your purpose for wearing them. You know, obviously it's different. You want a work fragrance versus you want this very daring and bold fragrance, maybe like Kalan. And yeah, that's the great thing. I think the company really fulfilled its initial goal of having that variety, so that everybody who goes into the store can find this 1, 2, 3 fragrances that they really love a lot. So I encourage you to test out Parfums de Marly. It's really a very great fragrance house that I enjoy a lot. And yeah, awesome for tuning in. Let me know which is your favorite Parfums de Marly fragrance, and which one did I not talk about that you can recommend to me? Or do you have a favorite fragrance that you can recommend to me? Awesome for tuning in. You find more on my channel page in the appropriate playlists. I'm constantly uploading new content for you guys so that you can learn more about fragrances, whether you're a fragrance lover or you're new to fragrances. Awesome you have tuned in. Get one of these sample sets. It's a little bit pricey, but you won't regret it. You have a great new experience. Awesome for tuning in. Take care. Very, very unique, guys. If you're into fresh fragrances that use bergamot, then check out this Parfums de Marly. Sadly awesome for spring and summer with a bergamot top fraction, if I'm not mistaken, and using the exclusive I think Fermeniche Hivena Neo molecule that creates a very unique effect with that fragrance. Very nicely done, creative fragrance from Parfums de Marly. I see you in the next video. Take care.